Hey folks, welcome back inside the training bay. Coach Ryan Robard here. We're here to break down another video that is part of our new ForceBoard Pro protocols. I've got my ForceBoard Pro here, and the thing that we believe at SuperSpeed Golf is that a lot of golfers have untapped potential when it comes to hitting the golf ball farther. And the way that we want to address that is we want to help you build more speed from the ground up. So everything that we're talking about when it's around the ForceBoard Pro is understanding how to generate force with our feet. Now, a couple things is that there's three main ways you can generate force. There's lateral force, which is side to side. There's torque, which is rotational force. And then there's vertical force, which is more up and down. These next specific series of videos is going to be around our vertical force protocol. Now, vertical force is the one that carries the most weight when it comes to how much speed we can generate. But it also happens latest in the golf swing. So when we look at things like lateral force and rotational force, some golfers may think that those are not important. They most certainly are, which is why they each have their own protocol. But this one here, we're talking about vertical force, and that's when we switch a lot to the lead side and understanding how we use our lead leg to generate force, where we want to push to generate force, and when. So before we get into introducing the ForceBoard Pro, this first protocol that we're going to go through today, this drill that I'm going to break down, is called single leg, land, and jump back. And I'm just going to show it to you here first and what it looks like. And it's not a golf swing movement, it is a body movement, but understanding getting onto that lead side and how to push off of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to start an athletic stance, and I'm going to make a lateral bound onto that lead foot. And then once I'm on that lead foot, I'm now going to push myself back. It simulates the golf swing in a couple of ways where we have pressure on our trail leg. We're using that to get it onto our lead leg. And then once we're on that lead leg, we're applying a force to actually push ourselves back, which allows our body to generate some rotation and then obviously also some vertical force. So it may sound a little complex, it may look a little complex, but let's break it down. We're going to get set up in athletic posture, feet together. I'm going to laterally bound. So part one is I'm laterally going to bound, and I'm going to land, and I'm going to stabilize on that lead leg. And then part two, once I'm on that lead leg, I'm going to jump back. So without stopping, it would look something like this. Okay, I'll do it for you again. Now, I apologize if I make this look really easy. I've done it several times, and for some people, they may struggle a little bit. But if you're the player that you come over and you land and you struggle stabilizing, that tells us so much around the fact that we might actually have a stability issue, or we don't know how to use our left leg to generate force. And for players who struggle with slide, as an example, is a big one, where they really struggle changing directions. This is a fantastic drill because I'm moving laterally and then I'm moving back. And for a player that slides in the downswing, what they see is they never really change direction with their lower body. A couple key things I want to say here is once we land, this is the time now where I want you to push as hard as you can. Specifically when we're talking vertical force, we're talking lead leg. When we land on that lead leg, that's the time now where you feel like you're really trying to max out and push yourself as far back as you can to generate the most amount of force. So it's load and then really work on pushing yourself back. So that's it. That's the drill. Before we start to introduce the board, when we talk about this drill, we're learning where to land on that lead foot and then also how to push off of that lead foot. Two things that are so important for us to understand before we start to introduce the ForceBoard Pro, which as we get through these drills is going to be so important because as we get on the board, we're going to want you to understand you already know how to stabilize and push off that lead leg, and that's why we want you to master this drill first. So this has been a breakdown, which is our lateral move, land, and push back, part of our ForceBoard Pro protocols, and specifically when we're talking about vertical force. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments down below. And as always, make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell so when we drop new videos just like this one, you're the first one to know. This has been another drill breakdown. We've got more coming. Make sure you stay tuned. Thanks all for watching, and have a great day.